Good day, everyone. I'm Giselle Artotor, a passionate student pursuing Bachelor of Elementary Education at Southern Leyte State University main campus. Join me in my video performance on Technology for Teaching and Learning 1, and let's explore how this model can make teaching and learning more effective. So in today's lesson, we will be talking about one of the instructional design model applicable for all the teachers and the instructional designers. For many years now, educators and instructional designers alike have used the ADDIE model, or the ADDIE Instructional Design Model, as a framework in designing and developing their instruction. So what does ADDIE mean? ADDIE is an instructional design model that helps instructors, the instructional designers, and training specialists plan and create instruction. The ADDIE model is used also to create all kinds of instructions from teaching elementary, secondary, and college students about different subjects. Basically, ADDIE comes from a simple acronym since it's a five-step instructional model. Its name refers to the five different stages included in the process of creating an instruction. These are the analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So, to fully specify how teachers can benefit from the ADDIE model, we will take a look at the five case stages it comprises. Let's discuss the first phase of the ADDIE model, which is the analysis phase. The analysis phase generally consists of four sub-bases: the development of instructional goals, an instructional analysis, a learner analysis, and the development of learning objectives. So let's talk about the instructional goals. Instructional goals are created in response to the needs or to needs, and these are gaps between the present situation and what can or should be possible. So once you've clearly defined what your instructional goals are, you will be better equipped to develop your instruction. Next is the instructional analysis. During the instructional analysis, a curriculum creator defines and writes out all the necessary steps necessary to carry out the instructional goals. This phase is often as simple as it seems because we need to look into the teaching techniques, the methods, the strategies, and tools to carry out the instruction. The next part is the learner analysis. This is when you find out what your learners already know about the subject at hand. Knowing what your learners stand regarding your subject will help you know how much or how little you need to teach them. And it's important for us educators to know your students well to create a well balanced and match structured instruction. The step 4 is creating a learning objectives. Learning objectives are what students should be able to do when the instruction is completed. They are usually in the form of knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes, and these are the domains of learning. And these learning objectives help you and your students evaluate progress and encourage them to take responsibility for their learning. So that is the basic overview of the analysis phase of the ADDIE model. Next, we are going to talk about the design phase. In this phase, this is where you take all the learnings of the analysis phase and use it to make practical decisions. And during this phase, the teachers design assessments, choose a course format, and create an instructional strategy. The design phase involves using the outputs from the analysis phase to plan a strategy for the developing the instruction. During this phase, you must outline how to reach the instructional goals determined during the analysis phase and expand the instructional foundation. Some of the elements of the design phase may include writing a target population or target description, conducting a learning analysis, writing objectives and test items, as well as selecting a delivery system and sequencing the instruction. And the outputs of the design phase will be the inputs for the development phase. Next phase is the development phase. The development phase builds on both the analysis and the design phases. The purpose of this phase is to generate the lesson plans and the lesson materials. During this phase, you will develop the instruction, all the media that you will be used in the instruction, and any supporting documentation. This may include the hardware, especially the equipment or the softwares, the computer based instruction, laptops, and so on and so forth. And during this phase, educators create a sample, develop the actual course materials, and conduct a run through. After going through analysis and design phases, you want to create a sample of your instruction. This may consist of the portion of the plan, including some of your important parts, and the instructional strategy you develop during the design phase. After creating your sample instructional plan, it is time to dig in and develop the course materials. You should have already decided which instructional activities to include during the design phase when you made your instructional strategy. Now, once you have created course materials, it will be time to conduct a run through of your instruction. This is a real time rehearsal of your lesson using all the materials and measures you have created. You may also practice your instruction with other people as if they were the actual students. And it is a good idea to prepare a feedback assessment after or ahead of time, as well as to find out if there are many areas or any areas you can improve on. So that's the basic overview of the development phase of the ADDIE model. If you've done a thorough analysis and design, the development phase will go a lot smoother through, although it still takes time to create quality instructional materials. Next, we'll take a closer look at the implementation stage or implementation phase. The implementation phase refers to the actual delivery of instruction, whether it's a classroom based, a lab based, or a computer based instruction. The purpose of this implementation phase is to effectively and efficiently deliver the instruction. Also, in this phase, preparing the learners and arranging the learning phase are very important. It is essential to prepare the learners and make sure that they have the tools and knowledge necessary to participate in the class. And this phase must promote the students' understanding of materials and to support the students' mastery of the objectives and ensure that students' transfer of knowledge from the instructional setting to the job. Last phase in the ADDIE model is the evaluation phase. This phase measures the effectiveness and efficiency of the instruction. Evaluation should actually occur throughout the entire instructional design process with phases between phases and either and after the implementation. Evaluation may also be formative or summative. Formative assessment or formative evaluation is used to monitor students' learning to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by instructors or the teachers to improve their teaching and by students to improve their learning. And the formative evaluation considers evaluation as a process. With formative evaluation, teachers are trying to figure out whether the students are doing well or needs help by monitoring their learning progress. On the other hand, summative assessment, however, used to evaluate student learning at the end of the instructional unit. A summative assessment or a summative evaluation takes place at a complete other time, meaning not during the process but after it. The evaluation takes place after a course or unit's completion. Again, formative assessment is more on a process, while the summative evaluation is more on the product. Examples of a formative evaluation are the recitation, or a simple questions answered during the delivery of instruction or during the discussion, while summative evaluation are the midterm exams, or the end of the unit or the chapter test of the final projects. So that's it for a basic overview of the evaluation phase of ADDIE model. Conducting formative evaluation during each stage of the ADDIE process, as well as administering summative assessment or summative evaluation after the course implemented, will help you to make sure that your lessons reach your instructional goals.